everyone, it's Calaby. My name is Jade as well. Here to colour in my new book. It's amazing. We're going to colour the Gem Party one, which is this one. And I'm drawing out of the hat the words we're going to find first. So move this up to where I can't really see it. And I'll pick one. Put them all there. Can't reach any. Alright, and if you pick this one, you get to go into the drawing for a free book. And 2 will be drawn at the end of all this. So keep guessing. Kyanite. So anyone who guessed kyanite, and it's 12:27 p.m, so I will know if you guessed afterwards, you get to go in the drawing. So that's the one we've got to find first. Does anybody see it? What I'm going to do to help protect my book is I'm going to put a couple of sheets of paper behind here. So I'm a very hard drawer. And I've got a couple of pieces of paper for the other side too. Alright, so can anybody see kyanite? Let's see. I will race you because I don't actually remember where it is because I made so many of these. Okay. The word is right there. Found it. Kyanite. Alright, so now I'm going to Google kyanite so that I can tell what colour it is. Because I figure it'd be nice if it was all accurately coloured. So kyanite's a blue, it's kind of got some green flecks in it. It could be kind of aquamarine, but I think I'm going to do dark blue with maybe some aqua specks. So I think I'm going to use, actually I'm going to use these 3 right here. Definitely. Now, I'm not the greatest at colouring gems. This is new to me. So, we're all going to have some fun watching me fail at this. And that's okay, because everything's a learning experience. Just sharpening my pencils a little. Alright, so, kyanite. I have a really bad habit of colouring like the whole row when I find a word. So I'm going to start by colouring the first and the last letters, and I can't actually see what I'm doing. So I need to use this. It's a little bit weak because I've used it so much. Oops. So it'll take me a moment, sorry. Where'd we go? There we are. I will not make sense if I don't use it, and you can see bigger too with it. So it's win-win. Right, so there's the first one we're doing. Alright, so this is a gem, so I'm just gonna try and colour. I'm using Prismacolors. The flat side first. This will be basically our base colour because this is where the light will be. And then I want to do the darker areas. I'm going to make these sides the darker areas. I'm going to put some more colour over that in a minute to help differentiate. Then I'm going to have a little bit of green here. I guess it's trial and error as we go. And this will be the lightest part where all the light catches. Alright, so now I'll go back over this a bit darker. I'll put some blue in here. Put a little bit more into these two. I'll put a little bit of green in here too. There we go. Now let's see if I can put, like kyanite has these I guess little shiny bits depending on the cut. So this is probably not how it would really look, but I just want to see if I can color over it and kind of leave a little bit behind, a little bit of the lightness, I guess. If not, it's a learning experience, so I guess we learn as we go. Is there a way to zoom in? And it sort of does leave a little bit. Oops, just went outside the line. Like I said, I'm mostly blind. That's okay. Everybody has their shortcomings, I guess. I'm just going to try and blend that in a little bit. There we go. That looks cool. Add a little bit more blue. I guess I'm doing pretty good so far. I haven't gone off the word yet. Maybe I needed an audience to focus myself. I'm sorry for the voice. I've been suffering flu for almost 3 weeks now. It's very awful. I will be getting a flu shot next year, and I highly recommend everybody just goes and gets one, because this is absolutely awful. And it feels like it never ends. So I've had to, deal with that for a while now. So all these gems have different cuts for you to experiment with. Some people are very, very amazing at doing gems. And I would love to see your work with this too, because this is going to look absolutely amazing when it's done. And if you're coloring this along with me, if you've got a copy, then I think the first copies actually arrive on Tuesday. So when you get your copy, I would love to see your progress, and I'd love if you'd show me, any techniques you learnt with gems, because like I said, I'm just learning too. And sometimes you think something will look good and it doesn't. That's okay. It's about the fun, and that's what I'm having right now. So with my losing voice. So I'm going to put some more green in this one. And that's the sound of my cat scratching. in case anyone's worried. He'll probably make an appearance because cats love getting in the way. That's okay though. So I just put some random lines in there. And try and keep in the lines. I've got my microphone, sorry, my magnifying glass in a little awkward position so that everybody can see what I'm doing. So I'm not colouring the best. But that's okay. Now these diamond shapes are my favourite ones because the lines just make it so easy to know where to colour dark and where to colour light. So if anyone's wondering, that's the dark area. This is, I guess, the medium area. Well, I usually put that as a light area actually. But I'm just going to keep with my light source here. And this is the lighter one. So I've got 2 more left. I have to watch very carefully because I'll keep going. Alright. This one needs a sharpen. And last one, we'll put some strokes in this one too. Some nice little light green areas. Just for fun. I don't recommend going over that. That seemed to wash it all out. It's alright, learning experience. Alright, so now we must not forget to cross it off. So, kyanite is right here. Gonna cross it off. Put this one back. I'll just cross it off with all 3 colours. Whoops. Should probably have done that a bit softer. And on to the next one. Oh, I picked that too. Alright, redraw. Pearl. Well, this is going to be a challenging one because pearls are white. So, I guess they could be pink or yellow, maybe a bit blue. But let's try and find the word pearl first and I'll race you. found it right here. But that's not it. Thought I found it there too. Be interesting to know if anyone else found it before me. Well, I'm not exactly stuck, but because I don't want to have this go too long, I'm going to look at the solutions, and they are all down the bottom. So pearl is 26 by 6. So it's 28 across, so 28, 27, 26, and 6 down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pearl. Right. So I think let's go with a pink pearl. Okay, I like these two colours. I'm liking this tray today. Ooh, I wonder what happened there. That makes me sad. Alright. Just trying to align it. This is not as easy as it looks. It's either you guys can see it or I can see it. So I think I'm just going to make it so I can see it. Sorry. Alright. So I feel that pearls have slightly darker in the middle. It goes to lighter, so I'm gonna fill almost this area. Is there any way to zoom? Thank you. Everyone give the cameraman a round of applause. Magic. And then I'm going to go in with this peachy colour here around the outsides. And I'm going to do that for all these little pieces too. Now these ones are just going to be the peachy colour. Then over here and here I'll have a little bit in the middle. And then here I'll just have mostly pink, because that's the darker side. Now I'll just go over it and blend that in. And I'll leave it almost white up here at the tip. How's that? I think that's good. I wonder if I can move this down. There we go. That might be a bit better for everybody. Alright, now this little smooth stone here is going to be fairly easy to do, I think. Just make that dark in the center and blend out to this peach. We'll leave a bit of white at the top too. Just a little. And the same with this one. I keep going with the wrong end. Can't colour that way, Jade. Now this would be interesting if a pearl were cut like this. Gonna get some sharpened. Now we blend. Leave a little bit of white if we can. And now this is the last one. It's fun to see how they turn out. Different color combinations will work differently, and if you're really good with gems, you're going to make them look so much better than me. This is basically my first experience with gems, but I thought coloring gems would be fun because they all have such different what's the word, they're different, and there's so many different ways you can color them. There's so many different types. I'm just crossing pearl off there so we know that we've got it. And replacing these pencils. Alright, on to the next one. I hope I pick up one that somebody gets this time. What's this? Peridot. I think that's how you say it. So, can anyone see peridot there? There it is. Peridot. Sometimes they're really easy to find, and other times it's just a pain in the butt. But that's what keeps it fun. Alright, so now I'm just going to Google what peridot looks like, so I can make that accurate. It's good to have a phone handy. Okay, so peridot is like a green, and it's kind of a really nice aqua green. So I think I'm going to go for the same tray as before, because there's some really nice lime greens in there. I feel like these would better suit it. Now I got one more to draw after this, so that will be fun. And then tomorrow you can join me again, and what I'll do is another 4, and hopefully you guys can tag your friends and we'll get some more people joining in. I think if peridot, oh, this is very bright. I don't know, I like it. We'll just say it's a very bright representation of peridot. I think if peridot were a stone like this, it would be very pretty. I should have pulled out my test paper. It still looks alright. It looks alright. We'll go with it. Alright. It's not terrible. Does everybody have a favourite gemstone or birthstone? I'm not really sure what mine is. I was born in August. I'm pretty sure mine's actually a green one though. Look pretty bad for me if this were my gemstone, wouldn't it? I'll Google that later. See what mine is. I'm pretty sure it is a green one. That one looks nice. You can experiment with different light directions too. Like I'm coloring the same sort of spots, but you can really just have some fun with it and see what it looks like from different angles when you have the shines, you know, the light reflecting from, you know, a different angle. Just the whole idea is to have just fun with it. We're about to have a visit from my cat Friday. He's looking like he wants up. Maybe we'll let him pick the next one, eh? I'm not certain, but I don't think anyone's actually guessed one yet. But that's okay, because there's 50 in the hat at the moment. There's 4 less now, so you've got a better chance. Maybe I'll let you guess 2. How's that? That's fair? Or maybe 3, because I would like a nice big hat to draw from, because 2 lucky people are going to get their own copy, and I would love to just have just a mega big hat that I can just jump into and throw everyone's names in the air, and I don't know, someone will jump up and catch one or something. That'd be awesome. I'm going to try the light source coming from a different direction in this one, just to see how it looks. I think one of the best parts about this book is that you don't have to colour a lot. Like, I'm only colouring 4 at a time today, but you can colour 1 if you want, you can colour 10, you can do the whole thing, or you can just do 1 word at a time. You know, if you have a family that really likes word spines or colouring, you can put it near the phone or on the kitchen bench and everyone can just have a go. And it's not gonna hurt. Everyone can just have some fun time with it and leave it for the next person. They can go to a different word search if they want. It's beautifully inclusive. It really is. You can just have fun doing your own thing, and you can share that with your family, and I think that's really good too. I always loved word searches as a kid. I used to make them quite a lot. So when I made this book, it was very nostalgic. And you should check out Ivan Samokish as well. I'm hoping I'm saying his name correctly. He has a dedication in the book. That's peridot done. Now I will cross that one out. So, he made a word search book that's quite different to mine. It's mostly focused on letters, and it's beautiful. It is. It's really beautiful. So if you want to check out his book, that would be amazing. If you leave him a review and me a review, we would both love that very much. And yeah, here's the last one. I can't actually see what I'm doing. I'm just trying to grab something. Alright, I got something. What's this? Aquamarine, and I know someone guessed that, so you're in the drawing. Congratulations. Now, aquamarine is probably blue. Yep, it's blue. Blue and I guess aqua. So, I wonder if this is a good representation of aqua. Let me have a look over here. What have you got? Cloud blue. I think it could be. I think this one could work. Let's get a tester sheet out. We'll just... nope, I don't think that'll work. Let's try this one next to it though. Nope, that's too green. It's always good to keep a tester piece of paper around you. I'm pretty certain this one will be good over here. Yeah, that's really good. And I want a bit more blue. Excuse me. Let's see if this blue is too dark or not. Oh, it's alright. What about you? You look brighter. You're brighter, but you're darker. You know, I think all three are good. I'll use all three. I just gotta remember which one's darker and which one's lighter. Alright, so who wants to find aquamarine? It's gonna be a big one. I'll race you. Can you see it all? Probably not. Oh, I thought I found it then. Found it. Sorry, you couldn't see it. It's right here. It's aquamarine. I feel terrible now. Set you up for failure there. Alrighty. So, I'll just have another look at what aquamarine looks like. So I think when it's in crystal form, it's quite dark, but when it's not in crystal form, it's quite green. So I think it really depends on the cut. I think I'm going to need to leave this reference near me. Alright, so crystals, it's very blue. So, oops, let's go with, start here, aquamarine. Always make sure, a really good tip when you're doing these word searches, a very, very, very important tip, is to always double check that the word is definitely what you want. Because, I'll show you down here, right down the bottom, you have the word topaz. But it's not topaz, it's mystic topaz. So always double check, because you don't want to accidentally colour in the wrong one. Because I'm pretty sure mystic topaz looks kind of magical. I can't quite remember, but I'm pretty sure it does, which means if you were to colour that wrong, you'd probably be pretty upset. Oh, and if you have some glitter pens, some of these will look really great. And if you want the letters to show through more, just go over them in another pen. It's not a problem. With the Prismacolors, they're quite creamy, so they will colour over the letters just a little bit. But it's an easy fix. Just go over it with, a marker or a gel, something like that, and it'll be all good. Alright, so this one, when aquamarine is a rock, it's quite stolid. Oh my goodness, I need to sharpen. Oh, it is peridot. Thank you, Kathy. That was embarrassing. I told you it would be embarrassing. Thank you for letting me know. Now that I've embarrassed myself. I think I did a good job colouring it. Did I do a good job? I think I might have done an okay job. So I think I might have redeemed myself partially. I'm a terrible Leo. I do actually have my birthstone in earring form. So I'm not a terrible, terrible person. Just terrible at remembering. Oh my goodness, these ones smudge. I don't know where my razor is. I'll tell you a funny story about erasers. In Australia, we call erasers rubbers. And in America, they're called erasers. Because in America, something else is called a rubber. And I forgot all about this. And I was in high school in America. I was actually in a military school. And I was actually in Germany, not America. So I'm kind of a liar right now. And what happened with me was I was in my web design class. And I was really freaking out because we were doing something on paper. And I'm very confident on the computer, but not quite so confident in paper. And I was really losing my mind. I made so many mistakes. I couldn't find an eraser. I was going crazy. And because I'd only just moved there, I was still learning the cultural differences. And very funny story. I went up to my teacher and I said, "Sir, can I please borrow a rubber? I really need one." And the whole class just stopped talking and they all looked towards the desk, which is in the middle of the room. And I'm just sitting there like I don't think I even realized at first. And the teacher's like, "Excuse me?" I said, "I really need a rubber. Can I please borrow one?" And he's just looking absolutely terrified. Like, I can't even describe it. And he's like, How can you ask me for this?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't have one. I really need one. Can you just give me one? I know you've got one." And he's going bright red and he's starting to look really angry. And he was my favorite teacher. So I was like, I'm looking at him like, "Why are you getting angry at me? I don't understand." And then, hello, kitty. Cat wants to say hi. Then he just, you want to sit down? You want to sniff at the camera? Oh, goodness, don't do that. Alright, cameraman, we need a cat rescue. He's like standing right on top of the book. Thanks, cameraman. Good boy.
You're welcome.
Anyway, so I'm just standing there completely confused. I'm wondering what's going on. And this teacher is absolutely mortified. And then my best friend starts laughing like a crazy person. And that's when it dawned on me what had happened. And I went bright red. And I said, "No, I want an eraser. I meant an eraser." And everyone starts laughing at me. And he said to me that I was darn lucky because he was going to send me to the principal's office. And I'm telling you now, it would not have been the first time. So I embarrassingly learnt when I'm around Americans to call it an eraser. Even though my native tongue just tells me it's a rubber. So if you hear me say rubber, it's not what you think. I'm just a backwards Australian. Yeah, that was very embarrassing. And no one let me live that down. And now I tell it on the internet for giggles. So I'm not sure who won. Because I'm still telling it. There's a lot of words that are different, and we actually have a slang word search as well. So that is going to be fun. And you Americans can learn some Aussie slang. I'll go over that before when I'm done with this one, because it's actually a really nice word search. It's got a map of Australia to colour in, which I drew myself. I'm very proud of that. And it's got what's it got? It's got a kangaroo and an echidna. Echidnas are really great. They're I guess they're kind of like hedgehogs, but spikier, and they burrow underground when they're afraid. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Now I've smudged it. That's alright. I'll fix this up later when I go find my rubber. Wink, wink. Yeah, so it's a really good word search. I like that one, and I'll show you after and go through some of the slang words. And then next time, you can listen to my stories, and I'll go over a different word search. And you are more than welcome to leave comments. There is a chat. I may be delayed in responding to them. Cameraman, can I see the chat? Thank you. Okay, no one said anything else. That's alright. It is a bit late. Tomorrow I will be doing it earlier. Unfortunately, it took a while to get set up. It took a lot longer than we thought. We had some technical difficulties. Turns out what happened was the microphone wanted to send the audio, but no. Yeah, the microphone was trying to be a speaker. We're borrowing a friend's microphone right now to bring you crystal clear sound from Australia. And yeah, so the microphone wanted to be a speaker and we couldn't hear ourselves, and it took us almost an hour to figure out what was going on, because who has ever heard of a microphone trying to act as a speaker? That's just weird. So yeah, we had to disable it in the computer. So we got aquamarine, we got last letter, then I'll show you that other word search, and then I will see everybody tomorrow. So this time you can vote, guess twice. I think that'll be fun. And if you could tag a friend, that would be amazing, because I really would like a big drawing. So, all they have to do is guess. It's really simple. They don't even have to guess for themselves. They can guess for you. All they're going to do is send me an address to send these books to. So, realistically, you could have all of your friends just come in and guess for you. And then you could win. And then I feel popular. It's a win-win. Oh, I thought I had coloured over then. And since I'm so sick, me feeling popular would probably be a nice thing. Alright, so aquamarine's done. And I'm just going to cross it out with all the colours we used. I think we did good with that one. And of course, if you're more experienced than me, yours is just going to come out looking so much nicer. I wonder, does anybody have trouble remembering where their pencils go? Because I have a lot of trouble doing that. Alright, so give a close-up. There's the aquamarine. It's a little bit blurry. I think that's the cam's fault. I'm very sorry. Then we've got kyanite. And you can go over that with a gel pen, with like a white gel pen or something, and that'll come out really nice. I'll do that at the end though. And peridot. And then we've got pearl over here. But I'll go over all my letters at the end. I don't want to do that now simply because, it'll just distract me from finding the words. I'll just save these pieces for later. And there's no show through or anything like that, so that's really good. So this is the Australian one, Aussie slang. I'll see if I can move this up again. There we go. So we've got some words here and I'll just go over some of them. We've got Barbie, which is short for barbecue. We got bingle here, which is like how we describe a car accident. If you've been in a car accident, you've been in a bingle. We actually have a car insurance company called Bingle. We've got bloke, which is the name of a man. So the cameraman is a bloke. He's a camera bloke. We've got bloody oath, which is like saying too right or damn straight. So if you were to say this was the most amazing book, I'd say bloody oath it's the most amazing book. We've got bludge, which is kind of to be lazy and sit around. We've got blue, which is sad or a fight. If you're in a blue with someone, you're fighting. You can see there I've got little boomerangs too. We've got bonza, which I believe means really great. Like if you're having a bonza day or a bonza party or whatever. Buckley's is like saying no chance. Cark it means to die. If something's carked it, it's dead. If your computer's carked it, you can't use it anymore. And yeah, we've got so many other really good things here. I think my favourites are fair dinkum, which is, well, Americans would say, oh really? And I would say fair dinkum, which just basically means the same thing. So if I was in a conversation and I'm like, hey, I found this really cool colouring book and it combines word searches and colouring. They'd be like, fair dinkum. And I'd be like, bloody oath, mate. So we talk great down here in Australia. Another one I use all the time is grouse, which is down there. And grouse just means awesome or wicked. If, like, this book is grouse, right? This is grouse, this book. And what's another one we use a lot? Well, we use g'day a lot, but that's just hello. It's actually shortened for good day. So I guess that's kind of British of us. We use reckon and wrapped a lot. Like, if you got this book, I reckon you'd be pretty wrapped with it. What do you reckon? Yeah. See, I used it then and I didn't even realise. We've got wagging, which is kind of similar to bludging, but when you bludge, it's like you're at work and you're just not doing anything. And when you're wagging, you're actually skipping school. I guess you could do that for work too. So when you're bludging, you're present and not doing anything. And when you're wagging, you're away and you're not doing anything. So yeah, there's lots of really cool ones there. There's sanger, which is short for sandwich. We've got shonky, which I believe is kind of like fishy. Like if you've got shonky business practices, you're really fishy. And yeah, there's some really great words in there. Oh look, I found mate right here. Mate. It's always great when you find it. Oh look, there's fair dinkum. Is that fair dinkum? Fair dinkum. Oh yes. I think I'm pretty stoked right now. Let's see if we can find stoked. It'll probably be on this side. I found dag. Right there. Dag is a silly person. Probably unfashionable. I'm a dag. I'm also a rat bag. And that's a silly, funny person. I hope I'm funny. If I'm not funny, I'd be pretty spewing. Which is also on here. So, yeah. It's a really fun word search. And this whole book is really fun. And I have a massively long dedication in here as well, which does give Ivan's address there. So if, you know, you're into word searches, you can check out his stuff too. I think this is my favourite page. I'll just show this off before I go. Because this gives off little samplers. So if you don't know my work, now you can have a look at my ornamental mandalas. You can look at just my artwork in general, because this Just Dance page is basically a person. You can see that I can do mermaids and fantasy, as well as like realistic. And then you can see I can do crazy jumbles. So this one's my junkie jumble. And at the back, there is a couple of pages just to try. This one's the paper flower heart. And there's actually a paper flower jumble too. And then this one here is the fairy tale mandala. This is the sort of thing I'm most known for. I call them picture mandalas. And I do have a book coming of these ones. But it's still in the process. I actually planned on this being my first book, but it's so heavily themed, it just takes a lot of effort. So, guess 2, tag your friends, or tell your friends to guess for you, so you can get in. And, I will see you tomorrow morning, earlier than today. And, yeah, if you guess one of these ones, you're going to go into the big hat. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me.